Yeah, it's not exactly my thing as well. I just like to give a bit of silhouette to the character. Yeah, I think that's enough work for this arm. Let's move on to something else. Let me just fix this thumb here. Yeah, I think that will do for this arm. Let's keep moving. Oops. What's up, Armando Dirt? Dirt. I'm sorry if I mispronunciate your name. Uh, the usual question been asked about how to get better at anatomy. I always get the same answer. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, practice what? Loomis, Bridgman, Jing Lee. Yeah, that's actually I always think that's a great question, you know. And I always talk about this here on the stream that the thing is I still have a lot of difficulties with anatomy, and I always had a lot of I always have a lot of struggle trying to figure out how the anatomy works and stuff, you know. And the thing that you just say is the thing that I always heard, you have to practice, and but what do you have practice what, you know? And the thing for me was to understand how things work. And actually I did this presentation on Pixologic. You can look on there's a bunch of presentations called ZBrush Masters, and I had the pleasure to present on one of those videos. And I did it like I did like a 2 hours video explaining how how did I get better on my anatomy? How did I improve my anatomy? What did I did to study? And I tell a little bit. I tell a little bit about the my process since I first started studying anatomy. That was back in 2016. That was when I actually uh, you know actually started using ZBrush for real. And I did this video, and you can look for this video on the uh, Pixologic YouTube channel. It's called Pixologic ZBrush Masters, Deryck Pelegrini, and you're going to find. And I talk for about like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours about how did I improve my anatomy, and I talk about books. I talk about the process that I use. I actually during this talk I demonstrate a process that I use to study anatomy and to improve my anatomy and so on. So yeah, that's the deal. Look for this video if you're interested on hear my take on this great question. I actually think that this is a great question. And you talked about Lumens, Bridgman, Jing Lee, and things like that. And yeah, one of the things that I did was actually study those guys, and I did that. I bought their books. I read I read all those books, and I did sketches of it. Uh, I did drawings of. I did 3D sculpts of. I did exercise and things like that. I actually stopped it for a whole year just to understand and trying to figure out how things supposed to work. No, and I can say and I can say for you that I'm still have a lot of difficulty. I'm constantly looking at those books. I'm constantly drawing. I'm constantly trying to uh, do figure drawings for myself. I'm trying to do like these drawings, like drawings from life and things like that. And I do this on my sketchbook with pen and paper. That's one of the ways that I study and try to get the movement and things like that. But the thing about it, you said like everyone says practice, practice, and practice. Actually, it's good to practice, but it's even better when you're practicing with a method, and you're trying to go somewhere instead of just trying to uh, keep bumping your head against the wall until things get good. And I don't think it works that way. At least didn't work that way for me. I have to stop and actually trying to understand how things work. And anatomy, it is complicated, but it's not impossible. You just have to sit down and try to figure out how things supposed to be. And you can learn that on a very deep level, or you can learn that on a superficial level that's going to be enough for you to play around and have fun while you're sculpting on ZBrush or sculpting on clay or something like that. So yeah, it is a difficult. It is a great question actually. To get better at anatomy, and practice. It is one of the things that you needed to get good at it. And it's going to depend, and it's going to be different from person to person. So, some people could be like way faster at understanding how things work. Other people's could be a little bit slower. I think I'm a bit slower, and I have a lot of difficulties. I still have a lot of difficulties trying to figure out. So the thing is, I seem to be a little bit better, and a bit I seem to be a little bit more confident now because I studied for a long time. And but I know that I still have a lot to learn, and I have a lot to understand, and I'm always trying to get better. And when you see when you see me doing something like this, like this human figurine on a like a dynamic pose with like very different movements, with the arm twisted and the legs on a different position and things like that. And you can think, oh, you can think that I know what I'm doing. I know a little bit, but I didn't start like this. I didn't start trying to do stuff like uh, that complex. I start with a different technique than that to study. And one thing is study to trying to learn and absorb and understand all the information that it is on those books that you mentioned. That, by the way, I have all of those books here on my shelf, and I actually read them, and they are pretty good. Uh, if you take a look on those books, they don't start with super complex stuff. They start with very simple and very basic shapes and very basic uh, techniques and things like that. So I'm doing this now because now I feel a little bit more comfortable doing this, and I think that I understand a little bit how things supposed to be. So that's why I'm doing this, because I did a lot of studies before that. I didn't simply sit down here and start doing like characters like this on dynamic pose without symmetry and things like that. That's that's just another step of my process, but that's not how I started. And when I'm doing those demonstrations here, I don't think it's a good idea for you to try to do the same. Uh, what I'm doing here is there's a bunch of other stuff that I did before, that all those exercises that I did and books that I read and techniques that I tried before, they are on my mind. And now I feel comfortable to do stuff like this. I'm not saying that I'm good at it, but I'm a little bit more comfortable doing it. And I actually have a lot of fun doing this. So yeah, actually that's a great question. We can talk about study anatomy for hours and hours, and I don't think we have the time right now. Uh, but yeah, when I'm doing those exercises here, those demonstrations that I'm doing to you guys, uh, I did a lot of exercise before that. I did a lot of exercise before that, and I did drawings. You know, I did sculptings that I didn't show. I didn't post anywhere. I did studies just for me. I was trying to figure out how things supposed to be. Now I'm a little bit more comfortable, and I can do this in front of a lot of people because I have a better idea on how things supposed to be. But to be honest with you guys, I think that I have a long way a long way to actually master this, and I don't think that's going to be possible to master this craft. But I'm going to, I will try my best to keep improving and keep pushing. Actually, that's why the stream is called Digital Marathon, because that's the whole deal. That this whole process of learning 3D or anatomy or arts, whatever you're going to do, it is like you don't have to rush anything. Things those things take time, and you have to be willing to give the time to be to be better at it and to be good, or at least be a little bit more comfortable doing it. So yeah, that's the whole deal. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint haste. You have to be patient and constant. I think that's the best way to get better at anatomy. You are welcome, Armando. And what's up, Wargaming? Uh, you guys are welcome. I really appreciate to talk to you guys. Oh, wait. Somehow I made this hole on the mesh. Let's see how this was before. Yeah, I think that's going to be better this way. I'm gonna close the holes here. Yeah, I think that's better. So I don't know how many. We have a bunch of. Uh, Let me save this, and I'm gonna roll back the history here to see. So this way we can. I think we will be able to watch our progress here. Hmm. Save this again. Yeah, I'm gonna roll back the history here to see if we can have a look on the progress here. Let's see what happened. I think we have like 1,000. Uh, yeah, we don't have like too much history here, but we do have the original one. There we go. So that was our first block today, and then a little bit of work late afterwards. Yeah, we really need to work on this left arm now. It's very blocky, and so we need to work on the left arm and left leg. So yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. We already running a little bit late here, and yeah, we made a little bit of progress here on this whole diorama. So I will probably work a little bit more on my free time on those characters. No, I think this character is way too defined. I need to fix this a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna work a little bit more on the Conan character for sure. Yeah, the hair, I don't like the hair. It's almost looking like he is looking like Lion or or He-Man or something like that. That the hair is not good. I need to block this hair again. But yeah, so he's going to be slicing this guy over, and as I said before, I'm going to create uh this character here as a girl, like a female warrior instead of a male warrior. So let's see. And another thing, so those videos, they are already being recorded, but the whole process that I'm doing offline, the whole part of the sketch that I'm doing offline, I'm doing the a record of those parts. So afterwards, like in the end, we are going to have a time lapse of the whole process from begin to end, from sphere to the final sketch. This is not going to be like a finalized model. I will probably add some colors to it, and you know, do a rendering the same way that I did the last Conan. But it's going to be just like a very pretty rough sketch. So yeah, and I'm going to work a little bit more I'm going to work a little bit more on those characters offline, and I'm going to record all the process and do a time lapse of the whole process afterwards. I really enjoy this angle of camera for Canon here. I think it's working pretty good, but I'm not sure about the other angles. I need to fix some stuff. But where it is here? Yeah. So again, I'm gonna work a little bit more offline, maybe on the weekend. I don't know. But I'm recording all. I'm recording all the process. All right. What's up, Harold Muller? Nicely done. But shouldn't the crescent of the sword swinging arc and at the blade itself to have it extended past to indicate a bit of back swinging? Oh yeah. So yeah, probably, I don't know. I'm still figuring out how to make the cut here, but yeah, I would think about this. So that's the whole deal. He's slicing the head of this warrior. The sword is going from left to right, so that's going to be the whole deal. So yeah. So yeah, I think we made good progress here today. All right. So let me save this and 6. Oh, thank you very much, Armando. I appreciate that. And uh, yeah, make sure to check that video that I was talking about here on Pixologic. Look for, if you look for my name, you can find that video. You'll just look for Deryck Pelegrini on YouTube, and you're going to find that video that I was talking about, where I talk about my process and stuff like that. All right. So as always, guys, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Pixologic to check all the past streams that I did, and there is a bunch of other artists streaming here as well, and you guys can check their work. They always have some great stuff and great tips to give, and you can watch everything on the Pixologic YouTube. All right, and if you want, if you can follow me on Instagram. You can check my work there, and I post process whips and stuff that I'm doing on Instagram all the time. You can check my work there. Just look for Deryck.art on Instagram, and yeah, make sure to follow me. I appreciate that. And as always, I am here every Thursday at the same time. So whenever you guys want to talk to me or check my work or check what I'm doing here on the stream, you guys just have to come back next week. All right, at the same day, same time, everything. And that's it. I really appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. But I think I'm reaching my time limit, and I really need to go. All right. So thank you guys very much for being here and for chatting with me and having a good time. I'm definitely having a good time here, and I really appreciate you guys staying with me. So that's it. Thank you very much, Hero. Hero Muller. Great stream. Thanks for streaming tonight. Yeah. Thank you guys very much. I do appreciate that, and I will see you guys next week. Ciao.